How beautiful is the Princess Salome tonight. She's like the shadow of a white rose in a mirror of silver. She's like a dove that has strayed. She's like a narcissus trembling in the wind. She's like a silver flower.
Who's there? Is somebody in there?
You are always looking at her. You look at her too much. It's dangerous to look at someone in such a fashion. Something terrible may happen.
Would that be you down there, Alfie Byrne?
I have kissed thy mouth, Jocanan. I have kissed thy mouth. There was a bitter taste, but what matter? What matter? I have kissed thy mouth.
Standing there in the dark like a ghost. You should be outside. It's the first sun we've had all spring.
Being island, it's probably the last. You come to go too, Father. Watch the wretched man gather up his paper crowns and cardboard sandals.
Nobody's gloating. I know how much this place meant to you.
No, you don't, Father.
I went to the Archbishop myself. Surely, I said to him, there's another punishment too fit the crime.
Oh, spare me, you Gilbert and Sullivan man.
Don't put him out, I said. This little theatre is a holy place to Alfie Byrne. He loves St. Imelda's the same way some men love.
I'm sure he had a fine smirk on him when he heard that.
Why don't you leave this till later and come to the city with me?
A movie's called comfort for a man who's lost his theatre. Blessed are the poor of imagination, for they shall inherit the cinemas.
You know, it's all your fault, Alfie. It's no one else's fault. You should have told me this Salome was a dirty play.
It's not. It's art, Father. Art.
Alfie, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. But the Abbey Theatre, St. Imelda's players were not. Hell, they weren't even the gate. You were bloody awful.
You may be right, but we had a grand time thinking we were bloody wonderful. Didn't you ever want to go on stage, Father?
Oh, I do. Every Sunday. It's called the High Mass. Coming in or not?
King's Theatrical will be wanting Herodias' crown back by closing time, or it's another week's rent.
Well, I'll see you in confession.
No, you won't, Father.
Pull the door when you go.
Well, I'll see you soon from Melbourne. What is there to say? Pull the door and pack up the car. Will you miss us in the Melbournes? Miss our little play? Miss our small pretension to art? Ah, but what we had was something. What we had was rare. No one would deny it was grand. Once they stood on that stage with a prop in their hand. Mrs. Grace's band, when she played Lady Bracknell.
Mr. Worthing, arise from thy semi-recumbent posture.
Miss Crow's thy event.
Oh, Hamlet, thou have cleft my heart in twain.
Mrs. Curtin's parasol.
Damn it, you're supposed to open! Props!
Pretty Lally's coat. Rasher Flynn's old hat.
Let me get started. Curtain going off.
What are you doing, Baldy?
We're putting on our own play. What are we going to call it?
And you're the leading man this time. No more standing out front telling us where to go and how to speak and when to pick up a pram.
We get to be ourselves this time.
So So do you.
Nicky, little powder, love your brow. Don't stand still.
I don't believe I know this play, Mrs. Grace.
Oh, you will, Mr. Byrne.
We're all in it, Mr. Byrne, playing all the parts.
We'll call it The Tragedy of Alfie Byrne, a Dublin coachman, or A Man of No Importance.
Don't you mean the comedy of Alfie Byrne? Right, beginners on the stage on the double. Get young up. Stop the rain. I said stop the rain. I said what's there?
It's a rainy Dublin morning, sky a leaden grey. Black umbrellas passing, just a normal day.
A woman is sliding two eggs on a plate. She calls to her brother, "Now, Alfie, you're late."
And a man is brushing the lint from his desk. Just a man, his uniform dutifully pressed. Now a man remembers a poem that makes his heart yearn.
And his sister says, "Straighten your tie."
And the butcher next door waves goodbye
To a man of no importance.
Enter Robbie Fay, the driver of the bus. Just another day for the two of us.
With Alan Bosie.
Don't start, I got a head on me. We were playing snooker till all hours.
Golden hair glinting in the winter sun.
It's raining, it's March. My hair's not golden and my name's not Bosie. It's Robbie, oh thank you very much.
Drive on, fair Apollo. Race your engines, O rare Athenian youth.
So what are you giving them this morning?
Well, I propose to give them a treat today. They may choose any piece they like from my repertoire.
I got a request for you. Do us that one, you know. The dead are dancing with the dead.
Oh, you like that one, do you?
I do indeed.
That's my poet.
Bollocks!
Now the man thinks passengers boarding the bus. At the bus becomes something more than a bus. As the man takes tickets and gives them a mercy return.
And a few simple hearts of us born.
As a great Dublin day is transformed by a man of no importance.
What we had was something, what we had was rare. Poetry and art in the air. And friends! Good morning, my dear friends.
Good morning, Mr. Byrne.
With your permission, I will begin today's reading with The Harlot's House by Dublin's own immortal, Oscar Wilde. That is, you won't be telling the senality, Mrs. Patrick.
My lips are sealed, Mr. Byrne.
It was requested by our very own coachman, Mr. Robbie Fay.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Robbie Fay.
We caught the tread of dancing feet. We loitered down the moonlit street and stopped beneath the harlot's house.
Picture the bus as it moves down the street past the window, a fish and a priest on a bike. A handful of people with journeys to make, leaving the everyday world in their wake. Then it's break.
One little Guinness, it's always the same.
Guinness a day keeps the doctor away.
You sound like the old man. Safe and sound, that's the name of your game.
It's good for you. Builds up your muscles.
Hasn't done much for you. There's gotta be more to life than one pint or the poke. Too late for me, damn it, for you, mate, there's hope. What kind of sandwich is this?
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
An ordinary sandwich immortalised in the importance of being earnest at the Theatre Royal Haymarket on February 14th, 1894. A night the mundane became sublime. That was a first performance, my friend.
Were you there? I'm kidding. How old are you anyway?
Old enough to know that a gentleman doesn't ask another gentleman that question.
Well, I'm not a gentleman, and I thought it was ladies you weren't supposed to ask.
Eat your cucumber sandwich.
Not much substance.
Eat! Symphony in Yellow by Oscar Fingal O'Flaherty Wills Boy.
I'm listening.
An omnibus across the bridge crawls like a yellow butterfly, and here and there a passery boy shows like a little restless midge.
Midge. Midge is good, I like midge. You don't have to know what it means to know what it means. You know what I mean, Al?
That's because we feel poetry here in our hearts. That's better than understanding with our minds. You're learning. That's good. You're learning.
What's going on here?
Damn, it's Carson. You look like you could use a Guinness, Mr. Carson.
You're 8 minutes behind schedule. The Dublin transport system doesn't take laxness lightly. I'm warning you now, Byrne.
Picture the bus as it moves down the street, past a gun with a sack and a boy with a dog. A bus in the rain and the hopeless of men, bringing his passengers home once again.
Good afternoon, my dear friends.
Good afternoon, Mr. Byrne.
With your permission, I will continue into Harlot's house. Then turn into my love, I said. The dead are dancing with the dead. The dust is whirling with the dust. But she heard the violin and left my side and entered in. Love passed into the house of lust.
A blue-coated girl no one's noticed before enters the bus, takes a seat by the door.
My friends, we have a new face. Permit me on your behalf to welcome her into our little circle. Welcome, my dear. Welcome, Miss
Royce.
Miss Royce. Miss Royce's entrance matches perfectly with the lines of our poem, our little rhyme. Then suddenly, the tune went false. The dancers wearied of the waltz. The shadows ceased to wheel and whirl. And down the long and silent street, the dawn, with silver sandaled feet, crept like a frightened girl.
Fair play to you, Mr. Byrne. Fair play.
Just a man conducting his bus through the day. As the day, he smells something more than a day. As the man takes tickets and looks at the girl dressed in blue.
Then his driver yells, Alf, you okay?
As the bus lumbers off on its way. As a man of no, a man of no importance. And she said,
Home, James! Take the scenic route through Phoenix Park, past Parliament House, straight home to Dreamland.
You and your fancies, they're always a grin. I wish I had your imagination, mate.
Good, you just don't use it.
I'll bet you fancy that girl who got in.
Never mind the girl. Oh, and I've done the report.
For a fella who's got his head in the clouds such as you, you're damn fine to work with, and I'm glad I do.
Thanks, Robbie. I like you too.
I'm off to the pub then.
Good luck at the snooker.
Don't walk into walls, Alf, that girl is a looker.
I'll see you tomorrow
At 7.
It's a rainy Dublin evening, lamps are going, black umbrellas passing, people come and gone. A uniformed man hurries home through the Collins, a left and a right. And nothing is different save one ray of light for a man of no importance.
Alfie, who are you cooking for? The Queen of England? What's the occasion, anyway?
Close your eyes, Lil. Are they closed?
Hurry up, will you? I'm starving.
Call me a Sorella, a Preet, Glee, Aki. Open your eyes, Lil.
Oh, merciful hour, I couldn't think that.
You had it before. You liked it. It's spaghetti with a bolognese sauce.
It's not curry, is it?
Curry's Indian, you know, the fellas with the turbans.
I'm not eating curry again. Not after the last time.
This is Italian.
Well, they're all the same to me.
The Genoveses are Italian, Lil. The DeSantis, the Volpes. You buy your vegetables from them.
Yes, and look what they do with them. Well, I suppose I'd have to eat something to keep body and soul together. All right. What is it? There's something up. I'm not your sister for nothing, Alfie Finton Byrne. I can read you like a book.
Lucky for me, you can't. Remember this morning I said I had a feeling.
Oh, one of your premonitions?
Well, I was right. Someone I was waiting for, praying for even, got onto my bus, out of the blue. A girl.
A girl? Oh, well, that'll be the power of the 9 weeks of St. Jude for you. Excuse me while I faint. No, while I holler it out the windows. Mom, Dad, wherever you are up there, tell Gabriel to blow his mighty horn. My own dear sweet brothers-in-law. How long has it been I've been down on my knees saying rosaries into me sleep?
Lil.
The candles I've lit, the novenas I've said, in the hope St. Lorette in between.
Lil.
The girls of Sodality call me a martyr, but that'll be all in the past. Now heaven has lifted the burden of life and has brought you a sweetie at last. Oh, we had better propose to her fast.
Are you through yet, Lily?
Oh, I'm all ears, Alfie. Speak, lamb, say sweet words to me, my only angel.
She's not for me. She's for me play.
Oh, God, you're not starting that again, are you? Wasn't last time enough for you?
Are you talking about the importance of being earnest?
I'm talking about you making an utter fool of yourself.
A play like Importance needs more than one performance to get it right. This time, I intend to stage for 4 performances. Oscar Wilde's masterpiece, Salome.
Salome? Now, isn't that in the Bible?
No, it's nothing to do with the Bible. Or 9 weeks on your knees to St. Jude. It's to do with art.
Art. Oh, who puts these notions into your head? You're an unmarried bus conductor, Alfie, in case you haven't noticed. When I think of the times we was both of us kids, it was me that would stand up for you. I'd beat anybody who'd pick on my brother. I'd pummel him purple and blue. And here I am now looking after you still. The girls say I'm out of me head. Oh, pity a woman, the burden of life. With a brother who's never been wed. Oh, it's a blessing our parents are dead. Saint Loretta, I don't even care if the girl isn't virginal. Fact chance these days, there's probably 3 of us left in our life. Saint Loretta, with all of the splendor you hear and you read of today. Oh, what's the whole world coming to anyway? And now and again, Mr. Kearney proposes, and all I can say is not yet. My brother, he needs me. Who else has he got? Sent some girl that that he still hasn't met. And now and again I see grey in your hair, and I notice the grey in mine too. Oh, pity a woman, the burden of life. How much more do I have to go through? God, send you this girl, Alfie. Give it a whirl, or I'll bash in your brains with me shoe. Saint Loretta is counting on you.
You and Cinderetta are up here planning my future. I'll just go next door and tell your Mr. Carney that we're going up again.
Mr. Kearney's as bad as you are. You're both bewitched. There should be a law against it.
What? The theatre?
No, your theatre. Well, while you two are going up, I will be sitting down to watch Lucille Ball. A true talent and somebody who is funny on purpose.
Tie it up good and tight, Mr. Carney.
Nobody trusses a roast like William Carney.
Or lights up the stage at St. Imelda's either.
I am but the servants of the playwrights, nothing less, nothing more.
We're going up.
We're what?
You heard me. We're going up again!
No!
Yes! First rehearsal early Monday evening. They want us out before the bingo begins. Can I count on you?
You may indeed, sir. It's been too long entirely. We have had our differences, both personal and artistic. But I will give you an Algernon for the ages.
What about my roast?
Oh, just take your bleeding roast.
It's not trussed properly.
But the thing is, Mr.
I need a pound of your breakfast sausage.
We're closed, woman. Can't you see we're going up?
Oh!
You have made me the happiest of men. I am what they call a creature of the theatre. Keep me off the stage too long and I starts to shrivel up. My soul needs the exercise.
But have no fear, Mr. Kearney. No matter what play we do, you are still my star.
Ah, bless you, Alfie Byrne.
Oh, the refreshments?
Oh, no. Don't you worry about the refreshments. I'll provide the ham for the rehearsal sandwiches. We'll leave it to everyone else to provide the ham for the performances. Ham for the performances.
Yes, okay. Well, Mr. Kearney, 7 o'clock, Monday evening. You're the first to know. I'll go and tell the others. Oh, and Mr. Kearney. Mr. Kearney, he doesn't hear me.
The St. Imelda players have the distinct privilege of presenting for your play-going perusal and dramatic discernment the importance of being earnest, with Mr. William Carney in the leading role of Algernon. Mr. Carney, a familiar and beloved member of the St. Imelda Players, is best remembered for his role as Denny O'Connell, the irate father in A Night on the Town, and Long John Silver in his own adaptation of Treasure Island, for which he also provided additional staging. You're at that daily grind when you suddenly come to find that you're going up. Gives a sausage then for the orders of mortal men when you're going up? When life's all meagre scraps, don't you lose heart, sir. Drop that cleave and grab the old taps and perhaps you'll land a meaty port, sir. You put your busman clock, there is no line of earth that makes the old marrow glow.
Margaret Grace returns to St. Imelda's after a brief absence, brought on by her husband's condition. Maggie is perhaps best remembered for her cattish eye in the Mikado, and her portrayal of St. Joan. Her watercolours may be seen in the lobby. They are for purchase.
One moment, life is slow.
You're painting pansies.
Great comes up and hands you a show and hello. You're going up. James Michael O'Shea, or Baldy as he's known to one and all, the stage managed every production at St. Imelda's since its founding.
His late wife Mary will be remembered for her many performances on this stage. Mr. O'Shea is a retired publican.
Una Crow was Miss Prism in last season's performance of An Important to Be in Earnest, but her favourite role remains the title one in our centennial production of Peter Pan.
The sky is painted blue.
You can fly like you're 22. Oh.
We're going up. Ernest Lally will be remembered by St. Imelda's audiences for his sterling portrayal as Mustard Seed in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
You may play royalty,
Or just speed bearer number 3.
but you're going up.
Rasher Flynn, founder member of St. Moulders. He was in the inaugural production of Pygmalion as Colonel Pickering. In his youth, Rasher was an all gymnast.
Solly O'Hara, currently unemployed, is making his theatre debut in this production. Thank you.
House may not be packed, but don't let go, sir. You've got scenes to play.
Ah, that this too so solid flesh should melt.
You've got lines to say.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio.
You've got fans who want to get carried away.
Maureen Curtin was a child star of the Dublin Musical and has kept her skills well honed. This performance marks her return to the stage after some years. The Curtins have 9 children. Deirdre, Torrin, Rosalind, Vinton, Rebecca, Juliet, Anton, George Bernard, and Portia.
The house may not be packed, but even so, sir.
Bow to the highest friend. That's where you used to sit. Let them look in your eyes. Let them take you in. And then, with humility, the tip is off of your head. You were good tonight, Carney. You're right. I was damn good.
You butcher, bustling clerk, there's just one line of work that makes real life seem so long ago. And it's going on, we're going.
Fellow thespians, prepare to meet your public.
Hey, are we doing, Mr. Byrne? And why are you keeping us in suspense?
I thought this were an ideal husband.
Oh, we just did that one.
You do it till you get it right.
What are we waiting for, Alfie? We're already behind schedule. Carson will have a stroke.
Here she comes now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for waiting. I was at the doctor's.
Ah, a princess of Judea does not pay to ride a Dublin motor coach.
I don't understand.
You're late already, and it's not even noon. My God, Bernie, wasting my time. Tickets, please.
And good morning to you too, Mr. Castle.
This girl has no ticket.
Oh, why, I must have overlooked the young lady. There you are, miss.
If you want to give wasters free rides, that's up to you. But if I come on this bus and find a tinker without a ticket, it'll be you off the bus, not them. Mark me now, Byrne.
Good morning, my dear friend.
Good morning, Mr. Byrne.
Our next production, and I will need your hard work, support and talent like never before, will be Oscar Wilde's masterpiece, The Tragedy of Salome, Princess of Judea.
That's the play with the immodest dancing in it, is it not, Mr. Byrne?
That's the play with the sublime dance of the seven veils, Mrs. Grace. It's not immodest, it's art.
Mr. Grace would never allow me to exhibit myself undulating in flimsy garments.
And for that we are grateful to Mr. Grace. We require your majestic talents to embody the role of Herodias, the wife of Herod, mother of Salome.
Does she dance?
Not a muscle.
Thank God.
That's exactly my sentiment.
Oh, who's playing Herod? I have to know who my partner's going to be.
Who gives a rat's ass who's playing Herod when you're putting on Salome? If there's anyone on this bus who's playing a 16-year-old virgin, I want to be first in the queue to buy a ticket to the comedy of the century.
How beautiful is the Princess Salome.
Oh.
What are you all looking at?
How pale the princess is. Never have I seen her so pale. She's like the shadow of a white rose in a mirror of silver.
I didn't move to Dublin to be made fun of. Go to hell, all of you, all four.
Miss Royce!
I expected more from city folk, but I guess human nature is what it is. Mean-spirited and vile. Single girl is a butt for anyone's jokes.
Miss Royce, I meant no offence. It was just my inappropriate way of asking you to be in our little play.
Play? What play?
Salome by Oscar Wilde. She's a beautiful princess. Oh, you.
Oh, I'm not an actress.
Oh, we're an amateur group. We do it for fun, for love. We're all friends. You'd just be one of us. The moment I set eyes on you, Miss Royce, I knew I found my Salome.
Oh, I'm too shy. I'd get the giggles or I'd faint.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be in another world entirely. A world of your creation.
And who'd be my prince? You, I suppose.
Oh, no. Dear Lord, no. I'm no leading man on stage or off. No, I'm hoping that Robbie, my partner in crime on the bus, our driver, I'm hoping that he'll play. Well, Jack and Ann's not exactly a prince, but you are in love with him.
That shouldn't be too hard. He's a looker.
Yes, he is. And no, he wouldn't. What do you say?
How can a girl who's from someplace north of nowhere be a princess? What in the world would make you think that I was qualified for playing the part?
I have an instinct for talent.
I'm from Roscommon, where the major entertainment is to sit outside a pub and watch a fly on dog shite. I'm not joking. They have their football and their Bibles, and they don't believe in art.
I'll help you. I'll take you through it line by line.
Here stands a shop girl who puts prices on the produce, not a princess. My royal palace is the back room of a boarding house, a brick wall for a view. I don't pretend to be a king, but plain and common. When you're brought up in Roscommon, what's the use pretending? I leave the fairy tale London to the people such as you.
Miss Royce.
They don't raise dreamers in Roscommon, only onions and potatoes. You can only talk about potatoes so long. No one there can ever see what you seem to see in me.
Well, possibly Roscommon was wrong. It can be beautiful out there playing a part, losing yourself in another person. Just for once, Miss Royce, being somebody new. I'm throwing myself at your feet, Your Royal Highness.
I don't suppose I'll ever have another chance to play a princess. And here in Dublin, it appears that the prevailing minds are not quite so small. I swore I wouldn't spend my life back in Roscommon. I'd be someone going somewhere they had never dreamed of. The only dreamer that Roscommon would be able to recall. Looks like Roscommon raised a princess after all.
My friend, our Princess Salome.
So, you're trying it again this year, your little drama group.
Muses of the theatre are calling, Father Kenny.
And you think you'll manage it this time?
We're quietly confident, Father.
And will it be the same play? You're not changing it.
No, another one. It's about John the Baptist.
John the Baptist. Oh, you'll need an awful lot of water for that, Mr. Byrne. A river Jordan, so to speak.
No water. His beheading. It'll be a very dry play we're doing, Father Kenny. No mopping up after us, Peter.
Well, that's a relief. Water and bingo. Not a good mix. But it's got a biblical theme, and that's a good thing, a fine thing. Ah, here comes Mrs. Patrick with the teas. What a wonderful woman. I don't know what the sodality would do without her. She'd make you a fine wife.
I'm married, Father Kenny.
Oh, well, yes, all the good ones usually are.
Could I have the keys now, Father?
John the Baptist. Isn't there a dance in there somewhere? Would that be immodest dancing? The Archbishop is very strong on immodest dancing.
Well, it's not immodest, it's art, Father. Art.
Well, here are the keys. And you might drop up the script somewhere.
We'll do that, Father.
The Archbishop must be strong in a lot of things. It must be exhausting.
We can't perform in the dark theatre, boy. Have you fixed the lights yet?
Unfortunately for you, I have. That's what was wrong with your last performance. People could see it. Oh well, here goes nothing.
You're a genius! You are the rock on which the St. Imelda players are built.
Don't tell Carney that. Does he know what play you're putting on?
Carney doesn't care about the play. He only cares about the size of his part.
He's a member of the sodality of the same party.
Carney has a starring role. That'll go a long way to mollify his Catholic principles. Oh, Peter, give us a hand, will you? You still saving up your coppers to go to London and become the 5th Beatle?
No, no. I'm going to start my own band. The Annihilator! Irish music for Irish men.
Art is for everyone, Peter. And if it's not, it should be.
Don't take this personally, Mr. Byrne, but art is for old fogies! Rock and roll! It's the future!
I hope you're wrong.
But it more chairs.
The first reading, no matter how many times I've done this, the first reading is in some ways the most magic time of all in the theatre. Our first encounter with the playwright's world. Our tongues fumbling with the poetry of his heart. No preconceptions. True creativity reigns. This room is a Tetrarch's terrace. That light bulb the evening star. Those old leather boots you're wearing.
Roman sandals.
Yes, they are. In an empire vast, the cool night breeze is blowing across the sand. And in 20 seconds at the dawn, the Empress herself will stand. Oh, the Empress herself will stand.
Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me.
Wonderful reading as usual, Mrs. Grace, but wrong play. Wonderful to have you back, Mrs. Curtin.
When I left the house, the 8-year-old was strangling the 4-year-old, the dishes were stuck to the ceiling, and the old man was watching telly with his trousers open, and people asked why I love the theatre.
I have been half so happy since I don't remember when. My friends in the room together, we're back on the boards again. Miss Crow!
Oh, there's something about the theatre. Even this one. You can almost smell it.
Especially this one.
Coming through! Coming through!
Peter! Gentlemen, gentlemen!
I'd just like to know why we're not doing the importance of it being earnest.
We found someone new. People are tired of looking at your ugly mug.
Mr. Kern, you are to play King Herod. A magnificent dramatic role, I think you'll find it. Quite a change for you.
I do like a challenge, but I like a good part too.
Is this the right place?
Here is our Princess Salome. Welcome, Miss Royce. Welcome to our little theatre. We're about to begin. And as for our Johanna, John the Baptist, the young man I have in mind has not yet agreed to perform. But I'm confident he will. Today, with your permission, I'll be reading his lines. Are we ready? Shall we form our little circle? Mr. Kearney, will you do us the honour?
Let us pray. Saint Imelda, smile on our first rehearsal day. Bless this humble, semi-professional play.
Saint Imelda, help us create a thing of art as we start our first rehearsal.
Mr. William Shakespeare said it best. Oh, for a muse of fire that will ascend the brightest heaven of invention. A kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Language like that almost makes you think the man was Irish. But when he spoke for his rounded O of a theatre, he spoke for all of us. But what's the difference between the globe and this here church social hall? None. We are both infinite. Feel the magical ring surround us, transforming us as we are. From girl on a bus to princess, a light bulb to a star. It's as if we were 3 or 4 years old at our first Punch and Judy show. On this magical day we enter our play, and who knows where we may go? Who knows where we may go? At Royals, the terrace of Herod's palace, a bloody moon. say no to something you never tried before?
There's a lot of things I've never tried that I never intend to, and play acting is one of them. Use of strength, man.
I am.
So you can stop trying to get me in tights and a wig and spouting poetry. Your audience would be in stitches, but no one would be laughing harder than me. Alfie, didn't you get a look at me skinny legs when we were changing?
No one would be laughing, including you, if you say the words of a great writer from the heart. The tights, the wigs, that's just the folderol of theatre. In the theatre, it's your heart we're after.
Well, my heart is set on getting to a pub. To hell with this tie or the rim's all bent. Carson can fix it himself. I got you all dirty. Come on, we'll put on a clean shirt and call it a day. Don't look so crushed. I'm not an actor. I don't know about your sort of stuff, art and all. I'm an ordinary bloke.
You're not ordinary, Robbie.
You just say that because you like me.
All of your scenes would be with Miss Royce. None with Mrs. Grace. Salome is the key. Miss Royce will be splendid. She's like a dove that has strayed.
She acts innocent.
She is innocent. She's a virgin. She's never defiled herself. She's never abandoned herself to men like other goddesses.
Jesus, is that what you think?
I do. I do.
Then you're more innocent than she.
I thought you were interested in Miss Royce.
Why would I be interested in Miss Royce?
She's young. She's beautiful. She's a girl.
Well, I'm not. There must be something wrong with me.
Well, are you interested?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
I meant
I know what you meant. Just stop trying to fix me up with some bird neither of us know the first thing about. Come to think of it, I don't know much more about you. We work together, but who are you? What do you do at night? Where do you go? What fire burns in your loins, Mr. Byrne?
Robbie, St. Mel's is my life. Putting on plays. Those are my friends.
I'm talking about reality out there. It's a real world, Dublin is. You're coming with me tonight.
No. My sister will be waiting supper.
You've been taking tickets too long, man.
She'll take my head off.
It's time you opened your eyes, man. I don't want to stand on a stage with a sword. I went to a pantomime once. I was bored. I'm not a poetical sort of a person like you. When I need a poem, the streets and the gutters will. There's Tommy Flanagan who lights the gas lamps. 190 lamps in Phoenix Park alone. He's done it drunk for over 57 years. In Dublin and down on Henry Street is Bad John Maher. Old Rambling Johnny with a face like hammer meat. But Johnny's singing bring to Dublin bad disease. I don't know the words to tell you how it feels or how to put it in a rhyme. But if you come with me, you'll know that those lamps in the park look like God in the dark as they glow on the streets of Dublin. The dealers up and the talkers yelling, the buskers banging and the ragmen ringing bells, and there's Maureen who's got her own ways going forth. Old Dublin and Tony Coyley with his racing visions. It's like religion, how he lives to fly those birds. He swear they travel for 100 miles or more. I don't know the kind of words that you would say, but I can put it my own way. And if you come with me, you'll know that those birds on the wing are a beautiful thing as they blow through the streets of Dublin. And there's music like nothing you've heard Marilee is pouring whiskey, and Frankie Donahue is lighting her cigar. Smokey them working men don't bring their wives. It's the stories to tell. Who loves to get drunk and raise the real fucking hell. And you'll come out with me, and you'll see what you're missing in life. On the streets of Dublin. On the streets of Dublin. On the streets of Dublin. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of introducing my work partner, theatrical producer extraordinaire, and general hellraiser, Mr. Alfie Bird! Don't take his money, Kitty.
He's a queer-looking tulip.
He's all right. I'll take the usual. Kitty thinks you're weird. This is right, you are. What do you have, mate?
I'll have a Virgin Mary, please.
Well, I can get your Mary, love, but I don't know if she's gonna be a virgin.
Where do you think we are, Al? The Ritz? This is a working man's pub. You and me are working men. Now, what do you want that they might serve in a working man's pub?
I'll have a pint.
That's more like a point for me, mate, Kitty. Come meet me, mates.
Hello.
Alfie's me conductor. We're the holy terrors of the Dublin transit system. I told you about it.
The one from the theatre? Good as place as any to pick up a bird.
So, are you going to sing something for us, mate?
What?
Well, you know, we're Irish, we're drunk. It's what we do.
Cheer up, Alf. It's only a song they're wanting. Singing is the window to a man's soul. Give him a look. It's a sort of ritual here. We all have to do it.
I'll do my best, but I'm not really a... There is one I like. It was on a misty Sunday we said our goodbye.
Alfie!
And I still can see her smiling, a tear in her eye. She said, son, please remember, no matter the cost, you may travel far, but love's never lost. So I traveled down my road and far from trad.
And what kind of Irish shite is that?
I thought John McCormack was dead.
Try Alfie. Wrong century, that's all.
Hey, Robbie, you could have played the next game.
Oh, they're only having fun with your love. Boys will be boys. Give time and their hearts will ripen. Jesus, that's an awful shake you got on you, mister. Do you fancy Woodbine, steady your nerves?
No, thank you.
Well, I find them very soothing. He's a handsome young chap, that's your Robbie Fay.
Yes, very.
More's the pity then.
What is?
Well, someone like him getting involved with someone like that. It won't come to a good end, how can it?
I don't understand.
I thought you were his mate. Oh, you and your big mouth, Kitty Farrelly.
I liked your song, mate. You're a regular nightingale.
You're the only one that did.
I like the old stuff. Very warm it is. Very dear. What's your name?
Oh, Alfie. Alfie Burr.
They call me Breton Beret for me headgear. So, what's up, Alfie Byrne?
Oh, nothing's up.
I saw you looking at me.
I wasn't looking at you.
You were, Alfie. I was looking at you. And you were definitely looking at me.
I've got to go. My sister's waiting supper for me. Tell Robbie I'll see him tomorrow.
Hey! I meet every night, Alfie Byrne.
It's pornographic film. Listen to this. Are you ready? Well, close your ears, woman. I was a virgin, and thou didst take my virginity. I was chaste, and thou didst fill my veins with fire.
Mr. Carney, I might have to ask you to leave, sir.
It's not me, is it, woman? It's this play. Listen, it gets worse. Thou wert beautiful, Jock and Anne. Thy body was a column of ivory. There was nothing in the world so white as thy body.
Is she talking about you, Mr. Carney?
No, of course she's not, woman. I'm playing Herod.
Oh.
This is a 16-year-old girl speaking to John the Baptist, who was practically the first Roman Catholic priest. Not only that, she's speaking to a dead papier-mâché head.
Oh, I've stopped breathing. Listen, settle our nerves.
Do you know, I hadn't realised until now just quite how much you've been put through by that brother of yours.
Well, he was very strange from a child, you know. Yes, a solitary boy.
I'm not surprised.
Well, always off somewhere doing something strange. Puppets, he liked.
Puppets? Hand puppets or marionettes?
Both?
Oh, Lily.
That room of his, it's always locked.
See, there'd be no locks if it was me. You have to have access. If you don't have access, you get salaciousness.
Do you know what's in his room? Books. Hundreds of books under lock and key.
Well, there it is.
Tells me they're all about railway trains.
I doubt that, really. Books. They'll have loads of it. Books. You know they're dangerous. All that junk boiled up in your flats. Here, that's some more.
Not only that, he cooks revolting foreign things.
Cakes.
Can you imagine it? Plates of stuff with parsley on top. Here, let me pour.
I haven't thought, but books. It isn't natural. Just think how bad it looks. To peek through the cracks of me with a stack of books.
He changes the locks continuously. He does it to thwart me.
You know, we should try to keep him out of harm's way.
Well, you don't mean like St. James's Hospital, do you?
No, I wasn't talking about having him committed. No, that's not a terrible idea. No, I was thinking about marriage, Liv.
Well, by rights, Mr. Carney, Alfie should be out of the house and married by now.
My sentiments exact. And then it would just be us, Mr. and Mrs. William Carney. If it was me, I'd be home at 5 with some chops or liver or ham. And every single Sunday, I would have lamb. We'd take a stroll watching people pass, and at Mass we'd share the same pew. Oh, that's what I'd like to do. Oh,
Don't lose your head, not till he's wed. Oh, where have you been? I waited supper.
I went to the pub with a mate. I'm not hungry.
Oh, it's that lovely boiled cabbage you like.
I said I'm not hungry.
Some days I wonder where he got such queer and foreign ways.
he got it from all the snot that he reads. You know where snot eventually leads.
And being roses all bottled up.
Well, that's why the poor sod kooks. The man needs a wife to ruin his life.
come to a pretty pass, Alfie Byrne. Take a good look at yourself if you dare. Why would someone care for you when you care so little for yourself? Man in the mirror, staring back, you're as good as a total stranger. Hair getting thin and chin gone slack, an anonymous little man. Oscar Wilde had a biting wit. One should always be in love. That's the reason one should never marry. And a poet's heart. O singer of Persephone, in the dim meadows desolate, dost thou remember Sicily? What is my wit, my poetry? Change here for the Malmut Street line. Have your fares ready. Next stop, Nightingale. No, Alfie, that's not it. Be honest. Look, it's in the eyes. The dead eyes of a man who does not know who he is. Here in the mirror every night is the face of a man in prison. Oscar, you burn so brave and bright, but there's some of us never can. There's some of us never can. Oscar Fingal O'Flaherty Wills Wilde, you wouldn't have noticed me either.
There is no hell with this, Alfie Byrne. A body without a soul, or a soul without a body.
I'm frightened.
I know. I know.
Where is my golden love? Where but in musty place? Who is this man in the thickening body? Ride in a bus to the end of his days.
Sins of the flesh are nothing. Sins of the soul alone are shameful.
Man in the mirror, staring back, you're afraid of your own reflection. All that you want and dream and lack, and there's no one but you to blame. Afraid of the world, afraid of myself, and the love that dare not speak its name.
And that name is
Robbie.
My dear, may I make a suggestion? When you're speaking to me, always be sure to face away from the audience. That's right, with your back to them. It's called upstaging.
Thank you, Miss Crowe.
Oh, just a little trick of the actor's craft, my dear. You're catch on.
My instinct is to face
Eh?
the front.
I know. It's a common error beginners make.
Can you hear me, Mr. Byrne?
Perfectly, Mrs. Curtin.
Can you
Yes, please. We're rehearsing.
I have a famous stage whisperer, Miss Rice. Took me years.
She's a little old to be me daughter. Couldn't she be my sister?
Out of the question, Mrs. Grace. Again, Mr. Lally.
You must not look at her. You look too much at her.
Mr. Lally, would you mind if we tried it just once more?
When do we get our John the Baptist?
Soon, Mrs. Grace. Now, silence all of you. Not a pin. We're working here. Again, Mr. Lally. How pale the princess is. Never have I seen her so pale. She's like the shadow of a white rose in a mirror of silver.
You must not look at her. You look too much at her.
Mr. Lally, a moment. This is art, Mr. Lally. Do you understand? Art. And art never expresses anything but itself.
What does that mean, Mr. Byrne?
It means quieter, Mr. Lally. Try it once more. She's like the shadow of a white rose in a mirror of silver.
You must not look at her. You look too much at her.
Better, much better. I think that's all we can do this evening without Herod.
You're very good as Herod tonight, Mr. Byrne.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lally, but that's not the point.
Mr. Carney spits when he acts. Last play, he got me all wet.
I certainly hope Mr. Carney will favour us with his presence. I cannot rehearse my scenes alone.
When an artist like Mr. William Carney is unable to assist with rehearsal, I'm sure it's for a very good reason, Mrs. Grace. Right, I'll see you all tomorrow at 7. Good evening, my dear friends.
Good evening, Mr. Byrne. Excuse me, are you Miss Rice? I am. I'm Alfie's sister, Lily. I knew it was you the minute I set eyes on you. My brother was telling the truth. He said that a princess got onto his bus. He's talked about girls in the past, now and then, but he's never made quite such a fuss. He baked his own special scones as a treat, if only you knew how he toiled. That boarding house food must be awful to eat. And his cooking could get a girl spoiled. Oh, there's eggs in the bag, which I boiled. I'm not much of a cook either, Miss. That's something else we've got in common. And what is the other? My brother. Now, Alfie's her lips shine as she see invitations are rolling to me. I knew by the way that he talked about you, he would love to invite you for tea. It's sad when a fella's decent and nice because they have a vision life on the way. Let's make it for dinner on Sunday, Miss Rice. And I promise I won't cook a thing.
What are you doing here, Lil? Where's Mr. Carney?
It's his sodality night. He's the secretary of that. I was just having Miss Rice here with a bang-up cook you are. We'll soon put some meat on those bones. Nobody likes a skilly salome.
Don't mind my sister, Miss Rice.
Well, I'm off. Well, on your own. No. You're not in the country anymore, Miss Royce. You're a single girl in Dublin. Anything could happen, believe me. My brother will walk you home. Oh, really, I'm fine.
What about you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'll wait for Mr. Curry.
All right, Miss Rice. We can talk about the play.
Never mind about the play. I'm sure Miss Rice has got other things she'd like to talk about. Send me in then, Miss Rice. That safe little world where you live in your fancies as if you were still 8 or 9. It's time to grow up, Alf. It's time to step out. As for fancies, it's time I had mine. She's young and she's pretty and ready to dance, and there in her eyes I can see hope for the young thing that was me. God sent you this girl. Alfie, give it a word. For the sake of the girl that was me. You don't really want to, do you?
I'm sorry. I'm on another planet when I'm rehearsing. What?
Go out with me.
Of course I do. I enjoy your company.
No, I mean like step out with me, like your sister said. She's trying to fix us up.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, Mr. Byrne, there's something I've been wanting to tell you, but I never really got the chance. You see,
You have a boy. You have a fella.
yes. You see, you know very little about me, really. I think you think more of me than I deserve.
You seem to me perfect, Miss Royce. And this young man, are you fond of him?
Yes.
Ah, young love. It's a lovely thing. Or so I'm told. And is he here in Dublin?
No.
And what's he called, this lucky young man who's loved by a princess?
John.
John? What a coincidence. Just like that play. Well, he's a very lucky young fella, this John of yours. Oh, Miss Royce.
No, I'm fine. I'm just being silly, really. It's just that people can be such harsh judges, you know.
Why should anyone judge you, my princess?
Oh, I'm not a princess. I'm far from it. But I know you wouldn't judge me too harshly.
Who's anyone to judge you? I'm not one to lecture. How could I dare? Someone like me who's been mainly nowhere, but in my experience, be as it may. You just have to love who you love. You just have to love who you love. Your common sense tells you best not begin, but your full heart cannot help plunging in, and nothing and no one can stand in your way. You just have to love who you love. You just have to love who you love. People can be hard sometimes, and their words can cut so deep. Choose the one you choose, love, and don't lose a moment's sleep. Who can tell you who to want? Who can tell you what you are destined to be? Take it from me, there's no fault in love, no call for shame. Everyone's heart does exactly the same, and once you believe that, you'll learn how to say, I love who I love, who I love. Then just go and love who you love.
Well, here's where I'm staying. I invite you in, but they don't allow for guests, and I only have one room.
I understand.
Thank you for welcoming me home.
Oh, my pleasure entirely, Miss Rose. Adele.
You're very nice, Mr. Byrne, and I do hope you're not cross about John.
Oh, no. That's a source of joy to me. To know that you love someone, and that they love you in return. Adele. The love that dare not speak its name. Do you know what that is?
I don't, Mr. Byrne, to be honest.
Till tomorrow, my Princess Salome.
Till tomorrow, Mr. Byrne.
Nightingale! You got another tune for us, love? No? Then how about a cigarette?
No, sorry, I don't smoke.
Oh, neither do I. Have it.
I don't understand.
Oh, I think you do, Alfie Byrne. What's your hurry, man? The night is young, and so am I. You know where to find me.
The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it.
Right, try to keep up, Robbie Fay.
I'll do my best. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been a week since my last confession.
A good sinner can get up to a lot of mischief in a week. I'm listening.
I swore at my sister once or twice, said some pretty bad words, I suppose. Is that all? And I thought about killing my supervisor a number of times, God knows.
Ah, now you're talking.
And I slept through your sermon, sorry, Father. I don't know where I've been, the way that my mind keeps wandering, Father. It's a sin.
Dear Father, forgive this poor, lonely sinner, Alfie Byrne. thinks about Robbie all the time, and there's nobody he can tell.
I cheated the Dublin Bus Company by letting a girl ride for free.
And he's struggling with his Catholic guilt, and he's certain he's bound for hell.
I led someone to believe he had a leading role when really it's only a supporting one.
And he feels like his heart is bursting, Father. How could his life begin? Another day's going by him, Father. It's a sin. It's a sin. When there's music like nothing you've heard, if you know the right jukebox to play. There are glasses to raise in the praise of surviving the day. But you're here in the dark in a little box with a fella who might know less than you. Then you hurry home and lock the locks. Another box to climb into. For God's sake, man, tell him. And then we'll have a point.
Is that all, my son?
There's one other thing you ought to know. I've been trying to find the word.
And what might that be?
No, that's all that I have to say.
Say 5 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers. And next time, don't spend so much time telling me the same old sins, Alfie Byrne.
Oh, lovely service, Father.
Oh, and how is Mr. Grace?
Poorly as ever. Thanks. Thank God for our little play.
Oh, are you sure you wouldn't rather be doing the same play as last year? The importance of being earnest.
When one has discovered high drama, tragedy even, Father, one cannot go back to comedy. Instead of tickling your funny bone, I'll be wringing your heart this time.
A fine service, Father. A fine service indeed, if I may say so myself. I feel cleansed.
Clean as a whistle. Not like those poor sinners in England.
Well, what do you expect from a monarchy? They need an exorcism, a lot of them.
Oh, Jesus.
About that special meeting of the Sultanates.
Don't worry, Mr. Carney. It's all fixed up. It's all fixed up.
You're not going to be missing another rehearsal, are you, Mr. Kearney?
Sometimes in life, a man has bigger fish to fry than his own little kipper.
Well, that sounds ominous.
Only to a sinner. Only to a sinner.
Where are you coming, Alfie?
Oh, I'm going to pay my respects to Adam.
Well, tell you, we've got a roast.
Oh, that's a lovely bouquet.
Why French tulips on my Mary's grave? They were her favourites. I wonder if she knows how much they cost now. It'll be a terrible row. That'll be us soon enough. Me before you, no doubt. Gives a man pause.
If I could only produce one beautiful work of art, I shall be able to rob malice of its venom, cowardice of its sneer, and pluck out the tongue of scorn by the roots.
There's something the matter with Alfie Byrne. You could come and tell me what it is.
It's my play.
If that's all it is, you'll be fine. You always are.
Don't you ever get lonely, boy?
Of course I do, Alfie. Ever since my Mary passed, God rest her, there's scarcely a day. A man needs a partner, a helpmate. That's why God made man and woman.
Your Mary, she was a big woman.
Break a bag of ribs, she would. Nothing like it. Ah, that's the best part about marriage. She made the soda bread of angels, and the house was always clean. And the way she pressed a collar, I was fit to meet a queen. But if ever there's one memory I'd say, well, it's the cuddles Mary gave. She was warmer than an oven in the middle of July, for she'd lift me like a feather and she'd crush me like a fly. It's wonderful and frightening to brave those massive cuddles Mary gave. How she'd talk as we walked down the road of an evening, the neighbors all calling, hello. Just a great sturdy girl and a small skinny fella, but we were well suited, you know. It doesn't seem so long ago. Now, I'd be buttoning a shirt, or in the middle of a shave, or especially putting flowers on the headstone of her grave. And I'd think I'd had the most contented life, having had my Mary for a wife. And the only thing I still can't help but crave, well, it's the cuddles my Mary gave. That's what you want. A woman to cuddle you. Stop all your mooning about. Set you to rights. Your own Princess Salome.
Mr. Byrne, I've been reading the scripts as the prop master this time, rather than the second Cappadocian. To be honest, I don't know what's more challenging. I was tossing about the prop description written on 64, and I was thinking as how I'd like to give you something a wee bit more. Now this is only a sketch, it's very rough, but you said art can't go far enough, so this is the real stuff. I've tried red paint, but it's not very realistic. I could try real blood, but that could be too realistic. We don't really go scare the audience. I could try tomato ketchup, but English rice don't like the smell. What do you think, Mr. Byrne?
What is it, Mr. Lally?
It's the veg on the Baptist.
I thought it might be.
Well, if you aren't content, then heads is heads. I could tear the whole feckin' thing to shreds. A week and a half from now, this will be art.
Mr. Byrne, those 7 veers pose a great challenge to a designer, but I hope you think I've risen to the occasion. I've been figuring out Salome's costumes on the small details. veils. I'm trying to find a new interpretation of seven veils. This is just an idea, be honest please, but you said art uses what it sees, and they're having a sale on these zippers! 7 zippers for 7 veils. Zip, 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 zip.
I don't believe they had zippers in biblical times, Mr. Brown.
Yes. The zippers are too risky, perhaps, in biblical times. Did they have snaps? Well, a week and a half from now, this will be it!
Mr. Byrne, would you look up there, please? I took the moo as my chief inspiration. Well, I gave the thought of how to get the sets of lights for free. You see, my brother-in-law, the electrician, owes me a cake or 3. So he gave it a shot, he's what he made. Cause you said 2 artists, unafraid. And this should work without being paid.
It's a collaboration. There will be failures and frustration, and all the time and sweat and tears you gave away to do a play.
Mr. Byrne, I have the odious responsibility of bringing up publicity.
On the contrary, Mrs. Grace, we rely on you for a full house.
In creating a poster for this production, I did not want to do the obvious. You know, an attractive young woman in a skimpy costume. My solution, the primal image of Salome's mother, Herodias herself. Earth Mother, Tigress, Empress, woman.
You mean a picture of you?
That's a very narrow way of looking at it, Mr. Byrne.
Mr. Byrne, play is no piece of cake for a choreographer. I've been struggling with Salome's dance so as not to offend the soul, or to choreograph, or to make the dance grow naturally from the roll. Now this is merely a thought, it might be crap, but you said convention is a trap, so I thought I might try. Tap! 5, 6, 7, 8.
Then number 1. Then number 2. Then number 3. Then number 4. 5.
Stop! Mrs. Clinton, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not.
Oh, well, I suppose it is a bit modern, and the tapping is hard for some to learn. But a week and a half from now, this will be art.
It's a collaboration, and you are part of the creation, and several hundred good ideas may come and go.
To serve the show when you're talking about this thing called art, making it your ideal. There is nothing that you will not do to feel how it makes you feel. Let anyone dare to wonder why. For art we live, for art we die. And a week and a half from now the curtains part. A week and a half.
The head,
The veils!
the lights,
The dance!
the sets.
My face.
A week and a half from now, this will be art.
Now, we'll pick up with the final scene, Miss Royce.
I was a virgin, and thou didst take my virginity from me. I was chaste, and thou didst fill my veins with fire. Ah, wherefore didst thou not look at me? If thou hadst looked at me, thou hadst loved
God loved me. The mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death.
Excellent, then. Excellent. We'll try it again with the full company.
Mr. Byrne, Mr. Carney's saying it's a dirty play.
Now, Mr. Carney is upset about the size of his part. I told him there are no small parts, only small actors.
Nobody will ever say that about you, Mrs. Graves.
This is for all of us. This, what we do here, our play. It's not real life. That's Wilde's great achievement, to take the crude clay of real life and transmute it into art. So Wilde Salome is a belly dancer. She's as pure as quicksilver is pure. Do you see? Wilde had no life aside from art. Remember that. He lived in the realm of the aesthetic. He never descended into the sewer. Right, let's rehearse! Second Cappadocian, quickly, quickly! First Nazarene, first Nazarene! Complete concentration now! No smoking, or eating, or gum chewing. This is a very difficult scene for Miss Royce! Science!
What shall I do now, Jock and Anne? Neither the floods nor the great waters can quench me passion.
Not me, my passion. No matter. No matter. Go on, Miss Royce. Go on.
I was a princess, and thou didst scorn me. Thou didst scorn me.
No. Take your time. Take your time. This is the climax of the whole play.
I was a princess, and thou didst scorn me. I was a virgin, and thou didst take.
This is no good.
Silence!
I was a virgin, and thou didst take my virginity from me.
God! Continue rehearsing. All the run lines will you all go and find Miss Royce.
Oh, and maybe you can find Mr. Carney and John the Baptist while you're at it. I can't rehearse my scenes myself.
It's my fault entirely, Miss Royce. I've been too hard on you.
It's not you, Mr.
But
Byrne.
then it's the part. Even the great Sarah Bernhardt had trouble with it.
It's not the part either, Mr. Byrne. I'm not what you think I am. I'm not your virgin princess. I'm going to have a baby.
You're not married.
No, I'm not.
Alfie, you're wanted in the sodality room. Come with me now.
I'm still rehearsing, Father.
It'll have to wait. Mr. Carney's called a special meeting. It seems there's a bit of a crisis with your play.
It's a rainy Dublin evening, and lamps are going on. Black umbrellas passing, people come and go.
The sky is the color of factory slate, but there are lights through the rectory gate.
I felt it was my duty to tell the sodality what you were up to, Alfie. There's something amiss beneath our roof, the pennies dropped. This play of yours is blasphemy and must be stopped.
Excuse me, Monsignor.
These are confusing times. You read it in the news, you hear it in the songs they play.
Let me speak.
And in confusing times, believing is our strength. What else is there to guide our way? These agents of corruption, this document of lust, the church will still be there after they're all dust.
You're talking about a masterpiece of dramatic literature.
To a heathen atheist, your play may be some kind of a masterpiece. But to a devout Catholic, it's an affront to everything our Lord Jesus Christ stretched out his arms and died for.
The play is cancelled, and St. Imelda's players is barred from further use of the hall. Next order of business.
I was thinking of your soul, Alfie, nothing less. In In these confusing times, I cleave to what I know, a servant of the sacred Lamb. You had one foot in hell. I only meant you well. Listen, Alfie, you know who I am.
I know who you are. Queensbury!
Now the sounds of accusation echo down the lane, echo in his heart and echo in his brain. The man hurries on up the road past the park, comes to a door,
turns the key in the
All sorts.
Well, hello to you too, Mr. Byrne. I guess this beats anything in one of your plays.
Oh, you stop reading. It's not healthy, love.
Mrs. Carter, I had no idea.
Well, I guess that's the whole point of an extramarital affair, don't you think, Mr. Byrne? Now you can have the Sodality crucified.
Damn the Sodality!
What are you doing here anyway?
This was bound to happen, Robbie.
I'm glad someone knows Mary. It shouldn't be like this. I love her and I want to marry her. She thinks I'm daft.
He is daft. I'm married. I have 3 kids. He'll find someone else and forget all about me.
I will not. Will you kindly stop talking like I'm not here? I love you, damn it!
Love? Lord. That word causes more trouble than it's worth. You're lucky you won't enter strangers, Mr. Byrne. Oh God, what time is it? I've got to get home before Lawrence of Arabia lets out. I'm very grateful for long films. I wish they made more of them. I'll see you, Robbie.
Why are you looking at me like that?
She's a married woman.
Are you going to judge me, Alf? Say that I'm a sorry child. Are you going to say that confession would set me right? Well, I don't give a feck for that. No one's going to tell me what's proper to do, least of all you! You live with your sister and don't get out. Poems won't teach you what life's about, or how it feels loving someone who can't walk down the street with you. This is my life. This is who I love. Love someone yourself before you judge me. I do.
Parted his hair down the middle, Mr. Bear. That's it. Right down the middle.
A dab of powder, a little rouge. Subtle, subtle.
Life and art converging in a tiny room.
Somebody get him a green carnation.
He never went out without a green carnation. It's how they know each other. It's their signal.
Mr. Byrne. Just came in down at the flower stalls. Special for you.
A darling boy. Ain't he a darling boy?
Oh yes, the darlingest boy we ever saw.
What's his name?
Bosie.
This is your moment, Alfie Bird.
Will you walk with me?
Well, of course, I would consider it an honor.
I couldn't have done it by myself.
Ah, yes, you could. You are, in fact.
I feel... Will you laugh? I feel wonderful. Alfie Byrne alive and walking the streets of Dublin with his good friend Oscar Fingal of Flaherty Wills. Boy, I love to say you're in my name.
Why? I never did. I mean, a name which is destined to be in everyone's mouth should not be too long. It becomes very expensive in the advertisements. You see that house over there? I was born there. They put the plaque on the wrong house. Gotta love the Irish. Well, here we are. Go on, don't be afraid.
Will you not come in?
Man in the mirror, standing here with the hope of the world before you. Damn their derision, do not fear these anonymous little men. Alfie, you have a biting wit.
If one tells the truth, one is sure sooner or later to be found out.
And a poet's heart.
We have lived our lives in the land of dreams. How sad it seems.
The only way to get rid of temptation
Is to yield to it.
go.
Enough, enough!
That'll do, man.
Alfie!
What did he say?
Dozy. He called you Dozy.
Queer! Oh, come on. Oh, come on, fella. Who did this to you?
It's that lot from the pub. They're always beating up the queers.
The only thing left of me is complete humility.
Well, we'll see about that. How about we get you home first, huh? Hey, do you know where you live?
England. No. Paris. No. Up there in the stars. That's where I live. Take me home to the stars, officer.
Why do I always get the dozy ones?
Really, you're a clever one. Do you know what a fondue is?
A fondue? Well, it's a dog. Fondue, shatsu, Chinese dog. Why? Has somebody got one?
Oh, no, Mrs. Meehan came into the shop the other day. She wanted small pieces of meat for a fondue.
Ah, it'll be free scrap she's looking for her little dog.
There you go. I knew I could rely on you.
Oh my God! Is that Alfie? Oh, Jesus, Mary and Holy St. Joseph! What happened to you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Do you know this man?
No, him. He's my brother.
Of course we know him.
Well, then you better take him home, please.
What's happened to your man?
Who did this to you?
I did it to myself.
Who was the perpetrator?
Oh, come on. He's not going to be pressing charges. It's the usual thing. They never do.
What are you talking about, man?
Come on, man. Look at him. He's a poofter.
Am I the only one who didn't know? How can I be so stupid?
I still don't believe it. Mr. Byrne is an artist. Artists are above that.
I'm shaking. My nerves can't take the stress.
Our own Profumo scandal. rocking sentimental to its foundations.
We change the subject. This is not suitable for public discussion.
This is public opinion we're talking about. And this is a serious thing.
I think we should all go home and say a prayer.
That's the most intelligent thing I've heard all evening.
Eat.
I can't.
What's your favourite? Sweetbreads.
When I think of where your hands have been.
That's the point! They haven't been anywhere. They haven't been close enough to anybody to rub up against them, let alone lay my hands on them. One person I like. Well, no.
He's a fella.
Yes, he's a fella, Lily. But don't worry, because the very idea that I might love him, or even feel special toward him, would be so repulsive to him. He wouldn't be able to get far enough away from me. So eat up. My hands are innocent of affection. Eat your breakfast.
To think that all these years I never even knew you. I sat across this table and lived a lie. How stupid could I be? To look but never see and tell me why I wasted half my life and passed up all my chances. I thought I could protect you. You let me try. How selfish and how cruel to cast me as your fool and tell me why. I still dream about the day I'm dancing at your wedding and catch your bride's bouquet, wave goodbye, and you, my baby boy, will find me on your way. You'll never see that day. And Elfie, nor will I see us living out our lives, two people at a table. We're like a faded picture in some old frame. You should have told me, Elfie. Why did you never tell me? You must have known I love you all the same.
Love that. Dare I say his name? Spoke his name last night.
I didn't speak Love's name last night. That was me crying.
You're lucky you're not in prison.
I am in prison. I've been in prison all my life.
You burn. I'm your new driver. Keep your distance. We'll get on fine.
Where's Robbie?
Bose, you mean? Bose is long gone.
The old boy.
When I explained to your own boy the type of man you are and the things you got up to, he was off like a shot. Couldn't wait to get away. Now, on your way now. And remember, the boss has a schedule to keep, whether you like it or not.
Picture the bus as it moves down the street past a window of fish and a priest on a bike. Two men on a bus that could well be a hearse, empty of every last echo of verse.
A blue-coated girl with a suitcase in hand enters the bus, but she chooses to stand.
Miss Royce,
I've come to say goodbye. I have to go to England.
to England?
I have to go for me and the baby. He's moving already. Maybe he'll be a dancer, like his mother.
And your fella John, will he be going with you?
Oh, he doesn't love me, Mr. Byrne.
But you haven't his child. He must love you. You've been physically intimate.
That isn't always love, you know. You're really innocent, aren't you?
Man of the world. Miss Royce, just a man of the world.
I was telling the truth, wasn't I? When you said I wasn't what you thought I was.
You've learned a horrible lesson.
About me.
No. About myself.
People can be hard sometimes, and their words can cut so deep. Choose the one you choose to love, and don't lose a moment's sleep. Who can tell you who to want? Who can tell you what you were destined to be? Oh, Mr. Byrne. There's no fault in loving, no call for shame. Everyone's heart does exactly the same. And once you believe that, you'll learn how to say, I love who I love, who I love. I'm sorry about your play. I'm sorry I couldn't be your Princess Salome. Goodbye, Mr. Byrne.
Curtain!
Your little dove has flown, Mr. Byrne.
And so have we.
Your play has a sad ending.
Those who attempt tragedy must be prepared for an unhappy ending. Something like that.
Goodbye, Mr. Byrne.
You thought you knew a bit of life. You had no clue. You took a step, the world came crashing down on you. And what you feared the most of all happened, but now you've come to. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world at last. You've been taking tickets far too long, my friend, watching the world rolling past. But there's music like nothing you heard, Mr. Byrne, if you just let it play. There are glasses to raise in the praise of surviving the day. For life is really something that I can't rehearse. It's dangerous and beautiful and free as verse. And rather than avoid it, high time I stood in its way. perhaps all I have to say.
There you are.
Who's that?
Came to be in the play. Where's the actors?
What have you done to your hair?
Do you like it?
Me own boy. I thought you'd gone and left me for good.
Don't mind that old shite Carson. He had me transferred. He'll be back.
Me own boy.
None of that now. I know where you've been. I don't care what you get up to. I like you. You're my pal. And I know who Boasty wasn't on. So, where's this part you got for me in the play?
There is no play. They've all left me. Carney turned them all against me.
There's a chance we could use the Hornets and Dunnans. They're doing Heartbreak House. I told them. We've got Heartbreaker plenty.
Baldy! I thought you'd left me for good.
And why would I do that, Mr. Baron?
I'm a great sinner.
You're a terrible director. But we're staying.
Miss Crow!
I don't know what you've done, Mr. Byrne, but I know you for a good man.
Mrs. Curtin.
I never liked the acoustics in here.
You of all people, Mrs. Grace.
I have a responsibility to art.
Stop it, woman.
I was talking to Mr. Byrne. Life goes on. And so must we artists.
I am so blessed with my friends. Nothing else matters.
Refreshment?
Ooh!
Carney provided the meat.
Oh, don't be gaff. Of course not. I took them.
I've been wrong about something. I used to think the most thrilling words in the English language were at Roy's. When we began a new project and opened our books to the first page of the playwright's text.
They still speak to me, Mr. Byrne.
No, Mrs. Grace. The most thrilling words in the English language are these. Good morning, my dear friends.
Good morning, Mr. Byrne.
The future of our little troupe is uncertain. But one thing is for sure. We have a new star in our little theatrical firmament. I think you know him. Shall we form our little circle? Perhaps for the last time. No! Will, stay. You're most welcome.
Well, don't be getting any ideas about me acting.
We have a small tradition here at St. Imelda's. The newcomer who reads us a little something at his first appearance. It's not an audition. More like a rite of passage.
Stop bleeding poetry again. Just read it. Like two doomed ships that pass in storm, we had crossed each other's way. But we made no sign, we said no word, we had no word to say. For we did not meet in the holy night, but in the shameful day. The prison wall was round us both, two outcast men we were. The world had thrust us from its heart, and God from out his care.
Bye.